Welcome back to the show, boys and girls. Okay, grits and griots, your favorite, on the Cajun grill, on the patio, sharing a moment with my son. I don't know, guys. This is a good moment. Okay, so Justin, this is what we got. Right here we got about 4 pounds of griots, which is a marinated pork. You know, the old griots, like Papa would tell you, it'd be all the stuff that you don't want to eat from the inside of a pig. They don't do that. You just want to use like marinated pork. You know, we're fortunate enough to live in southern Louisiana where you can go into pretty much any specialty meat shop, you know, the closest one to your house, and say, I want to buy some marinated pork. If they don't have it, you could always order it in advance, but the secret is in the marinade. And everybody has a little bit different marinade, but the marinade is the secret to making that black gravy, which that's what you love about it, right? That dark gravy. So we got that. And then right here for the, we're gonna later on after we saute down the pork meat, we're gonna add yellow onions and garlic. So it's a real simple recipe. You really only have 3 things plus a little bit of water, and that's it for the griots. And then of course you're gonna have the grits, which, you know, we don't do instant grits. No good Southern man does instant grits. You know, we're gonna cook them down for like 10 to 15 minutes, and we're gonna use a little bit of real butter, not margarine, not Parquet, none of that. I can't
believe it's not butter.
Oh, Parquet. You know, it's a little bit before your time, but they had a commercial with a little. Okay, and then of course we're going to season it, and we like to season it with butt rub at our house, but you can use any all-purpose seasoning, and that'll work out great as well. So I tell you what. So to get started, what I'd like to do is I want to show you, and I'm going to do one, and I want you to do the other one, how to properly use a knife in cutting vegetables. You see how I'm holding my finger in? And you want the knife to glide on the back of your knuckle. You don't ever want to do this, because look what can happen. You can just slice your finger. So you just want to always keep your fingers tucked in, but you want to cut the ends of the onion off for obvious reasons. You don't want to eat that. Okay, so you just cap the onions, and then you just want to cut this first layer. So I normally just take the knife and just let just the weight of the knife cut into the first layer. And you just take your finger and you just scale this back. And so now that's pretty much your onion, and you're ready to slice it. So then what you would do is you just take it, you cut it in half, comme ça, and you lay it over on its side, and then you just take the tip of your knife, and again, hold your fingers in, and just make little incisions. You see how thick I'm cutting them? Because we're going to dice them.
It's not very thick.
It's not very thick, but you don't want it, because you know, once that onion works down into the gravy, it's going to become a mash and a thicker part of, or a large part of the gravy. And then you come back this way, and again, you just kind of, same size cuts, and you just keep going till you get to the end. And you'll notice when you get to this part, it's going to get kind of flimsy to cut. So Papa showed me just kind of roll it over, and then you can just kind of just take it and just finish it off. So right there, and then you have this, and then if you break that all apart, that's what you call diced onions. You know, you don't want big chunks, you want these little bitty squares. And then after we put this in the pot, we're gonna brown it. It's gonna emit a lot of water, which is good. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna brown it, but as it's emitting water, it's not gonna fry. We wanna fry the pork. So we're gonna actually pull this out, take some of that liquid out, put the pork back in the pot when it's good and dry, and we're going to fry it down and brown it. And that, when you're browning the food and it sticks to the bottom of the pot, and you're scrubbing it with your little spatula spoon, you get that, what they call the crud. Papa would say the crud, and that's the grimons, or the sugar, the natural sugars that cook out of the meat. And that's what we're going to do. And that is the flavor. That's the color, and that's the flavor. Then we're going to pull that out. Then we're going to add our onion, saute that down. We're going to put the pork back in. We're going to add the water, and we're just going to let it go blue, blue, blue. And the more you let it cook, the better and the more tender that meat will be. So let's get going. So y'all don't go nowhere. We're gonna keep chopping all these vegetables up. Next time you see us, we'll be on the Cajun grill, sauteing down the pork meat. So don't go nowhere.